Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Firkins.com, your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Visit Firkins.com today and shop over 1,000 new vehicles. Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, Rams, and Mitsubishis. Plus over 500 quality pre-owned vehicles. At Firkins.com, you can apply for financing, browse our latest specials, even schedule a service appointment, all from the comfort of your home. Firkins.com, log on now. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Hey, I'm Sasha Zverev and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Terrific as always to be with you. Thought that we would share this beautiful ambiance at PGA National as we film the 2018 Little Mo International Championships. It's been a busy time on the Sun Coast and within the Sunshine State. Had a terrific time covering the USTA National Senior Father-Son Clay Court Championships at the Landings. Wow, was it a terrific 10 days of world-class tennis. At the Eddie Herr International Championships at IMG Academy. Great seeing a number of Suncoast fans at the matches. It was terrific seeing the strong support at the Heron Creek Golf and Country Club. It was an honor to serve as the MC. It was terrific to catch up with recently retired Max Mirny. Mirny, who trained at IMG, was a winner of 8 slam doubles titles. He is now running his own tennis academy in Belarus. The tennis world lost a true supporter of the game with the passing of President H.W. Bush. I will always consider it an extreme honor to interview President Bush. Bush 41 was an honorary member of the United States Tennis Professional Association and shared with me the impact that tennis has had on his family and on him. Great to see the Bryan brothers returning as a team to action. Winner of 16 slam titles, Mike and Bob will be back in action in early 2019. Bob has been recovering from a hip infirmity since May. Looks as if they are planning to play the Delray Beach Open. Let's plan to welcome them back. So, what's on the show today? Well, we have another great one for you. You will catch up with tennis great Jimmy Connors. You will see many of our Suncoast junior players competing at the Longwood Athletic Club. And you will get to know WTA player and big screen actress Ashley Weinhold. So, let's get it launched with Jimmy Connors. Jimmy Connors has been one of the most impactful players growing our game of tennis. Great to have two of my former students, Jim Farber and Dr. Fred Chung, training in the Jimmy Connors experience. Well, here we are, Jimmy, right here at Boca Raton Resort and Club, and you're teaching, you're coaching. Your mother was your teacher, your mother was your coach. What are you telling these players throughout life that Gloria passed to you and now you're passing on to them?
Well, first of all, I mean, we've been friends a long time, and
thank you, Jim.
But tennis is, for me has always been, a game given to me by women, and really a woman's game. Very easy, very, non-violent, because that's Fred's favorite word is violent. So and just to get your racket back and try to meet the ball and time it. Timing was a big part of it. And to come out here with Jim and Fred and to tell them something and see them try it and to do it and to trust it, and to know that if they do that, it worked for me and for 25 years on the tour, and if they come out and try it and they improve and it makes them enjoy this game a little bit more, then geez, it's been a good day.
We talked about the women in your life, but there were a couple of all-star players, legends, a couple of Panchos in your life. Gonzalez, Segura.
Oh, yeah.
What did they add to your career?
Oh, well, first of all, Pancho Segura, I mean, my mom, when she turned me over to him when I was 15, he was the only one that she would give me to. They were great friends, and she thought that we kind of played the same way. We had he had a two-handed forehand, I had a two-handed backhand, and that he could take my game. She understood that she took me as far as she could, and that I needed a male influence. But he taught me more than just tennis, because he taught me life. I mean, and in a fun way, and how to handle situations, how to play tennis, and and understand the game and court sense. But even that is away from tennis also, which was even more fun. And Pancho Gonzalez, to meet him and his reputation and to go and watch him play. And then when I was very young, and he looked at me and said, we're going to play doubles in the U.S. Open. I
saw that match, and I remember his saying to you, "Hey boy, you're not in the juniors anymore.
That's right.
Come up here next to me."
That's right. Yeah, and for me to be playing doubles with him at 16, 17 years old, and understanding his thoughts and the way he went about his tennis and what he tried to do even then when he was in his 40s, to try to become a better player was it just I was like a sponge, though. I mean, I soaked up so much from Segura and Gonzalez and Riggs and guys that I was lucky enough to be around, and for me to come here and hopefully pass some of that on and have some fun stories to tell is it's a good day for me.
Jimmy Connors, you made everyone a fan of tennis. You were the boom. You got it going. What's this game always going to mean to you, Jimmy?
Well, it's my life. It was given to me when I was 2-3 years old, and I'm family taught, so it was always in my family. And even today, it's still my kids play a little bit, my wife plays a little bit, nothing serious, but just enough to to have some fun. But it's given me everything that I have. It's given me my family. It's given me my way of life, and it still allows me today to come and to be around and to meet people and find out just how much they really love the game, and and if they remember when I play, that's even better. But but to come out and still be around the tennis and hit some balls and get some exercise, I can't do it like I used to, and hopefully I'm not expected to, but still fun.
You won the U.S. Open on 3 surfaces: grass, clay, hard. Did it make any difference on what surface you were playing? And if so, what adjustments did you make? I don't think it made any difference in your mind, did it?
Well, no. I mean, you go where the tournament takes you, and winning the U.S. Open for me was the biggest. And once they went to playing on grass, I could understand that. Once they went to clay, I never really understood that move because most of the Americans were fast court players, but I was lucky enough to have 3 good years on it, and then of course when they went to the hard courts over at Flushing Meadows was my favorite. But changing the game, yes, I had to change my game a bit, but but every match I was playing against somebody with a different style. I mean, not everybody played the same back then, and to play Edberg one day and McEnroe the next, and Eddie Dibbs the next day, and then Panada, and then Borg, and then Vilas, and if you let it, your mind would be swirling.
One more question for Mr. Connors here. You have the luxury of playing nearly a quarter of a century out there, and you played the best in the game, the legends that were older than you, and then all of a sudden you were playing your contemporaries, then you were playing younger players. Look back, pick 1 or 2 players who brought out the best of you in those 3 generations.
Well, Well, before me, I mean, I had a chance, with Segura and Gonzalez, of course, and I played Pancho Gonzalez in a number of matches before.
Laver?
Well, then I played Laver in a challenge match, which was incredible, and Rosewall in the finals of the U.S. Open in Wimbledon. Playing my contemporaries with Borg and Mack and Vilas and Clerk and Dibbs and Gottfried and Solomon, and I could go down the list and just keep going. And I'm going to leave out a few, but I'll make somebody mad. But I can't help that. But and then to have had a game that allowed me to continue on and to play against Sampras and Agassi and Courier and Chang and Edberg and more in the next generation after me, Boris Becker and Mats Wilander and guys like that, to have been able to play them and to see where the game was going and what they were doing and what it was going to take for them to hopefully, I mean, after a while it's time for guys to push you aside, when you get older, and it's time for the young to come in and take over, and if they don't, I mean, if they weren't going to push me aside, I'd have been happy to play until I was 45, but it came time for me to say, you guys are just too good, and so it was fun to see just what they were bringing to the table and how they were going to take the game to another level, and the generation that I came up with, Nastasi and Gerolaitis and all the guys that had their own personality and what they brought to the game was so special, would I like to play now? Of course I would. Of course, I'd be a fool not to say that I would like to be 25 years old right now and playing, but I had an opportunity to play with such a crew. Such a good crew of guys that all had their own way of bringing something to the game, and fun time.
Want to know a little more about this guy? Well, let me share something. First time I interviewed you was at the Naveen Masters. It was your tour. It was the Jimmy Connors tour, and we did the interview. Thank you very much for it. My cameraman had audio deficiencies. We weren't getting audio. I go up to this guy, and I was really humbled. I was daunted. I was intimidated. Jimmy, we didn't get good audio. What do you think? Connors looked at me first. What do you think he said? You want to do it again?
Oh, no.
You did. You don't remember that.
I must have been a little older then.
I was impressed.
Well, it was, when I had the senior tour, I'd been through it all. I started in the early 70s and had a good run at the top of the game and good and bad. I mean, there was a lot of controversy on, my attitude towards the game, and but somebody had to be the villain. Not everybody's a good guy, and to have been able to bring in some outside tennis enthusiasts and specialists, was something that was very important to me, and I just feel that my attitude and what the way I went about the game and the way I approached every match, was my own. I wasn't trying to copy anybody else, but I did pick and choose. From Gonzalez I picked, from Segura I picked, from Laver I picked, and I didn't want to be them. But there was some things that I liked and admired from everybody, and I tried to incorporate that into what I became.
You want to get to know a legendary player? Come down here and join Jimmy Connors for the Connors Experience.
Do it.
Right here. Give him a call at Boca Raton Resort and Club. Jimmy Connors, what a treat to be with you today.
Always with you. Always. It's been a pleasure for years, and still going on. That's the good thing.
Beautiful.
In person, he's much... He is who we want him to be, but he's so nice and he's an asset, and it's so wonderful that we had the opportunity to meet him. And he's a marvelous teacher, and the fact that I'm left-handed helps me a little bit. But just the experience, just the access and so on. And he's just a down-to-earth guy, and enjoyed watching him play tennis. I know my dad did. I mean, he appealed to a lot of generations.
But he is so passionate of the game. He just want to pass his game to somebody, whoever wants it. And we just so benefit so much from him to enjoy the game, how to love the game, and how to effortlessly play the game, and so we can last a little longer. That's the greatest experience I have from a legend to spend the time with us, and that is just great.
Firkins family. You've been with them from day one. They've been promoting tennis from day one, Nick Bollettieri.
Well, I think they help with a lot of local events.
Firkins.com, your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Visit Firkins.com today and shop over 1,000 new vehicles. Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, Rams, and Mitsubishis. Plus, over 500 quality pre-owned vehicles. At Firkins.com, you can apply for financing, browse our latest specials, even schedule a service appointment, all from the comfort of your home. Firkins.com, log on now. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Hi, I'm John Isner, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. We hope that you enjoy the remainder of the show with the Goblin Cup at the Longwood Run Athletic Center and catching up with actress, professional tennis player Ashley Weinhold. Travis, you grow and promote the game of tennis as strongly as anybody. 10 of these events here at the club on an annual basis. What do you find yourself eager to do to get these kids to enjoy the tournament that they're witnessing here at Longwood Athletic Club?
I think it's all about just running a good event. Last week we had a tournament as well. We did a pizza party for that event. We try to do, good sized trophies. The kids enjoy that. They like seeing the big trophy on their shelf at home. So we try to, those three basic things, run a good tournament, have some good trophies, and try to do something extra for the players.
Coach Red, you've been around the block a couple of times, so you know what's going on. What makes these regional, local tournaments so necessary for kids to play? Why are they special?
Because I like it because the students get to play someone of a different style. They're practicing together all week long. And if they get the chance to come in this weekend, they might play somebody that plays totally different than they used to. Somebody puts the ball above them. Somebody plays slower. Somebody plays faster. It's good for them to have to adjust their tactics and game style to the opponent that might play different. I think that's a great thing for all students.
Training in Travis's program.
It's very fun. We do drills, which really help the area of the game I might be lacking in, and then we play points, which always is fun.
My opinion, these tournaments are really good because I can work on some things and put the things I've been working on into a match situation, like under pressure, seeing how I cope with the new things I've been learning, and also being able to play lots of different opponents and different people to see what other people are like.
I'm just trying to do what I do in practice, like what my Travis tells me or what just the other coaches tell me to do, and try to practice it and incorporate it into the matches.
This is your home for practicing. You're in the Next Generation Academy program with Travis. What do you enjoy most about that?
I enjoy just the friendly atmosphere and just all the kids.
Well, I really try to take in the tournament a good attitude and open mind, try to be positive. And I try to take out a feeling that I tried my best and I worked hard and that I left it all out on the court.
Every weekend you get to see how much you improve. So that's a good thing about our sport. It's not like basketball, we have seasons. When you have tennis, you can play a tournament every weekend. You can beat the players that beat you a couple months ago. So it's good to see how much you progress.
The important thing in the tournament is what actually do what they're working on, and they see what's the level and what it actually works in, against a different opponent and in different situations. So that's why, they work all week.
What does it mean to play in a local tournament for you?
Well, the local tournaments over at Sarasota Bradenton is where the best players are, so it really saves money from traveling when all the best players are already here. So playing against the best players really helps me a lot.
Now, you've played this game of tournament tennis for 7 years. What's tournament tennis mean to you?
it gives me a lot of goals and get prepared for the pro tournaments.
So, Conrad, you are 14 years old. You're having the opportunity to play up in the 16s this weekend. What's it like playing up? What do you get out of playing up a division?
It's harder. It's playing with bigger players that are 3 years older than me.
What's that like? Are you seeing a more offensive ball coming at you? Do you have to get ready sooner? What do you take away? What do you learn from a match playing up?
My opponent is usually taller, and so he is hitting a heavier, harder ball, and so you're more on the defense and you have to take the offensive chances when you can.
You and your coach made a major decision with your game already, and that's opting to go with a one-handed backhand. Topspin, slice, versatility. How big of a decision was that, and who made that decision?
My backhand wasn't coming along that well, and
You're two-handed, you mean?
Yeah, and my left shoulder was starting to hurt a little bit, so I gave the one-hander a try, and it just started off from there.
Coach John, what do you enjoy most about seeing one of your young players in the 14s playing up in the 16s? And what do they get out of regional tournaments here in town?
Well, obviously there's less pressure on them because, they're probably thinking maybe it's going to be tougher to win, but they can go for more strokes. They can try and develop different things, different parts of their game. Conrad, if you noticed today, he served and volleyed a few times, which for a 13-year-old, that's pretty impressive, especially against a 16-year-old that's hitting heavy balls. So he had some half volleys from the service line. He's got to try and navigate. So I enjoy it. It's a different, it's a different opportunity.
You got it tagged it years ago, Next Generation Academy. All of a sudden, it's become very vogue within the USTA, within the ATP. Out of your academy, a number of kids do play in this tournament. What do you want them to put into it and get out of it?
I really want them to use these tournaments as sort of their testing ground for what they're learning on a day-to-day basis and what they're practicing every day. That's going to help them later down the road when it comes college time, when it comes time to decide, do I want to play pro, do I want to go to school, or do both. But this is the time now where they can sort of use their skills that they've been learning and try to put them and execute them on the court.
Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.
Well, Ashley Weinhold, this is where it all began. The Austin Tennis Academy, the Little Mo. Fondest moments looking back, early career for you.
I've played a number of Little Mo's, probably too many to count. I do remember I won Little Mo Nationals when I was 11, but that was in Alpharetta, Georgia, and then we started hosting it here at ATA, so now I'm a part of it in a different way.
Well, I kind of remember a different way for you winning too. You were winning Sportsman of the Tournament, but it didn't stop there. All of a sudden, you're at the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and you're being honored there as Sportsmanship for the Year. Yes. What did that mean to you, your family, and the coaching staffs?
It was a great honor. It was the Bill Talbert Sportsmanship Award. It's given yearly. I believe it's nominated from different sections of USTA and maybe coaches as well. But I won it, and as another player that went to ATA, Josh Hager, he also won it a few years after me. So we're
two of you right here.
Yeah, two of us right here. We're happy to represent well.
All right, you know all about fast forward. I know that you do. All of a sudden, fast forward in your career, you're winning the girls' 18s. That earns a wild card into the U.S. Open singles, but you end up playing 5 events. Tell me what they are.
So I played women's main draw singles, main draw doubles, mixed doubles, junior singles, and junior doubles. So I think I covered every base you could play there. Yeah.
You know that was the record. It still is the record. How cool is that?
That's pretty great. USTA helped me out a little bit with that, but I also earned some of them, so it's nice.
Let's talk about double fast forward. All of a sudden you were on the big screen, and you're sharing that with the most preeminent actress in the history of film. And you weren't brought in originally to do more than just be a sparring partner and a hitter, but it didn't stop there. That's right. The excitement just began when you hit the ball. Go into a little more detail. Excite me at the moment with it.
So I had the opportunity to be in Battle of the Sexes with Emma Stone and Steve Carell. Premiered last September in LA. And it was a huge success, and I'm really glad I took the chance and did it and missed some of my own tournaments, but well worth it. And everyone in the film was incredible, and it's a great story from Billie Jean, so yeah.
Bruce Wrights was a very gifted athlete, achieving national gymnast status. He was also a very highly talented opera singer, performing the national anthem for the finals of the U.S. Open. With his respected biotennis research, he broke into the professional coaching arena, working with slam champions Stan Smith and Virginia Wade, along with former world #1 doubles player Tim Gullickson. His latest exploratory projects included researching probable causes of autism. In 1996, he produced the Tennis Rocks CD, a collection of 12 personally written and performed tennis songs.
Rock and roll tennis, tennis, rock and roll, get in the swinging rhythm, it'll get into your soul. Start grooving with the power, but don't ever lose control. Play, get into rock and roll tennis, tennis, rock and roll, rally. Rock and roll tennis, baby. Yeah, they like it. Rock and roll now. So get up from that video game, cause sitting takes its toll and takes some real action, yeah. Set a swinging goal, and we ain't talking about putting no little white ball in a hole. We're talking rock and roll tennis, tennis, rock and roll. Take two now. Rock and roll tennis, tennis, rock and roll. Get in the swinging rhythm, yeah, it'll get into your soul. Start grooving with the power, but don't ever lose control. Playing rock and roll tennis, tennis, rock and roll. Yeah, start grooving with the power, but don't ever lose control. Playing rock and roll tennis, tennis, rock and roll. I say rock and roll tennis, dude. Tennis, rock and roll, yeah.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Cause. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. Until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Cause has been brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins.
Firkins family, you've been with them from day one. They've been promoting tennis from day one, Nick Bollettieri.
Well, I think they help with a lot of local events.
Firkins.com, your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Visit Firkins.com today and shop over 1,000 new vehicles. Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, Rams, and Mitsubishis. Plus over 500 quality pre-owned vehicles. At Firkins.com, you can apply for financing, browse our latest specials, even schedule a service appointment, all from the comfort of your home. Firkins.com, log on now. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins. Firkins.com, your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Visit Firkins.com today and shop over 1,000 new vehicles. Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, Rams, and Mitsubishis. Plus over 500 quality pre-owned vehicles. At Firkins.com, you can apply for financing, browse our latest specials, even schedule a service appointment, all from the comfort of your home. Firkins.com, log on now. Expect more, save more. Find it at Firkins.